Hi, it's Nadira with Fresh Fire International Ministries, welcoming you back for another Wisdom Wednesday Nugget. Let's talk about fractures. For those who don't know, a fracture is a broken bone, and it can be broken crosswise, lengthwise, or just broken into pieces. In the case of hairline fractures, the break can be so small that it's hard to pick up on an x-ray when the injury first occurs. Years ago, Pastor Gregory Dickow talked about the father fracture and how that fracture can affect our lives and even our relationship with God. The father fracture can be having a father that wasn't present in our lives growing up, an abusive father, or even an overly critical father, to name a few. And even people with amazing fathers can have this father fracture if they have experienced some type of trauma or painful experience with their father. And there is an effect from these types of fractures. And this is how I'm going to refer to it throughout this video. This type of fracture can affect how we interact with men, or even how we interact with God. There are people who even have difficulty addressing God as Heavenly Father because of painful experiences that they have been through with their earthly father. The goal, though, isn't to deny these experiences or push them down or pretend that they didn't happen, but the goal is to add what we can do to what God is fully capable of doing to help heal the fractures. And these types of fractures don't just come from fathers. They can come from mothers, aunties, uncles, friends, you name it. But if we allow it, they can become roots of bitterness or cynicism or even insecurity with God. And using the tools that are available to us, like counseling, prayer, self-help books, you name it, we can create an opportunity where that fracture can heal. And ignoring it will not help with healing. I looked up online some of the things that can happen if a fracture is not treated. And some of the things are pain for months or even years. An untreated fracture can cause additional damage, like nerve damage. There can be deformity if a fracture is not treated properly. But we're talking about emotional wounds, not physical, right? But there are still consequences that can be seen for unhealed fractures, like history of failed relationships, drug use. We can even become the abuser, or an inability to maintain stable employment, or even chronic insecurity. These types of fractures affect our thoughts, which then affect our actions, which then affect our lives and touches everything about us. What kind of parent are we? Friend, spouse, employer, or employee? They even affect how we show up in church and our relationship with God. If we are seeing negative patterns in our lives that we want to get rid of, we may want to look for the fracture. We keep losing jobs. We keep choosing the wrong people in relationships. We keep moving from place to place, hoping that this next place will be a place where we will feel fulfilled, where we will feel happy, where we will feel complete. Is there a fracture? You know, I create goals for myself, work towards them, and right at the point of success, I self-sabotage. Find the fracture. God says in Isaiah 49:18-19, "Remember ye not the former things, neither consider the things of old. Behold, I do a new thing. Now it shall spring forth. Shall ye not know it? So if you notice one of these fractures and you want to heal and you're ready to do what you can and add to it what God can do, it may be time to heal that fracture and experience the fullness of God in those areas of our lives where those fractures affected. So I encourage us to just be introspective and take a look at our patterns and some of the things that are showing up in our lives negatively. Could there be a fracture? And if there is, take it to God. Pray, seek out counseling, use the many tools that are available to us today to help address and heal that fracture. So, we thank you for joining us. I pray that this blessed someone and just got the wheels turning, because this is just so surface. And but know that we love you, we support you, we are here for you. And if there's anything that we can do for you, please feel free to reach out to the ministry at ffiministrieswithans.com. It's time to heal the fracture. We love you, and we'll see you next time on Wisdom Wednesday. Bye-bye.